Razorback fans, Tara Talmadge here. Gymnastics season is in full swing. I am outside of the Bev Lewis Center right now, and I gotta tell you, it is a little chilly right now. So let's go inside and talk to Coach Wieber. Knock, knock.
Hello.
Hello, Coach. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
Good to see you.
You too.
Do you have a little bit of time to catch up?
Of course.
Okay, let's go do it.
Okay.
All right, well, Coach, just first off, how have you been? I feel like we haven't had the chance to talk in a while.
Yeah, I've been good.
Yeah?
Just getting the season started, and yeah, it's a little chilly outside, but
Yep.
nothing
Yeah.
this Michigander can't handle. So, but yeah, everything's been good.
I was going to say, I think the last time we talked, you were engaged, but you weren't actually married yet.
It's been that long.
I know, that's what I'm saying. I think it's been a really long time
Yeah.
since we've actually had the chance to catch up. You're married now, you're pregnant as well. Congratulations.
Thank you.
How
you.
excited are you?
I'm really excited.
Yeah.
I feel like we're just like ready for this next chapter, and we found out it's a girl, so we're just excited, especially knowing we have you know 19, 20 amazing role models. Like exactly, all the above, just amazing human beings that are going to surround this baby. So we're excited.
Well, I guess the first question is, are we putting her in gymnastics?
The question of the year.
Yeah, exactly. I'm sure everyone has asked you that.
Yeah, and I'm going to give you the answer that I'm sure everybody normally gives, whatever she wants to do. And I feel like we're going to be the kind of parents that, like, naturally she's going to be in the gym a lot.
Yeah.
So she's probably going to end up loving gymnastics. But want her to try a bunch of different things and just go do what she loves. You know?
Yeah. What's it been like, working with your husband and having him on staff?
Yeah, I mean, it's been great. Chris and I work really, really well together, and we always talk about, like, even before we got to Arkansas, when we were dating, we spent a few years coaching, but we were long distance.
Okay.
So I was coaching at UCLA, and he was coaching at Nebraska and Oklahoma, and so we were kind of doing the same thing career-wise, but separately. Which was great because we both got the opportunity to kind of develop the beginning of our careers. But when you're long distance with anybody, you really have to develop great communication skills.
Absolutely.
And we talk about it all the time. That's really something that provided a good foundation for us, like going into this challenge of working together here at Arkansas. And anyone that is around our program and knows Chris and I, knows we're very different, but we complement each other really well. So it just works.
Well, also, you guys had a little bit of downtime in the summer. I saw Kyla got married as well. First off, she looked amazing.
I know.
But it also, I saw a picture that you posted. It was like a little reunion for your Olympic team as well. How cool was that?
It was cool. I mean, we had 4 out of 5 of us there from our Olympic team, which literally never happens.
Exactly.
It's just so interesting. Like, I see Kyla literally every day, which I could not be more grateful for. And then, we see Allie quite a bit. Like, now she is commentating for college gymnastics. So the three of us get to see each other a lot.
Yeah.
We rarely see Michaela and Gabby. Michaela was able to make it to the wedding, which we were so excited about. So it was just, we have so many memories and so many things that bond us from our earlier days that it's always so much fun to see each other again.
Yeah, that's really cool to see. I also want to talk about some of the other things you did over the summer. So was it Special Forces that you did over the summer? Is that when that was?
Yeah, we actually filmed it in May.
May, okay. First off, I watched it. I want to know what made you sign up for it? Because it's in the headlines. Special Forces, like world's toughest test. Yeah. Incredible.
Yeah. Well, Special Forces actually reached out and asked me to be on the show. And at that time, we were like right at the tail end of our season last year in April. And I remember having watched the first couple of seasons before, because Nastia Liukin was on it.
Oh, that's right.
Who was also an Olympic gymnast. And I just remember thinking, okay, if there's ever a reality show I would do, it would be this one, because I just loved the whole concept. It's all about, like, just doing hard things and challenging yourself and getting out of your comfort zone. And so, it took a couple weeks to decide and ended up saying yes. It just happened to be on the perfect timing, and filming was like, if you make it the whole time, it's 10 days. So, and all the student athletes were home after finals week. So it just worked out perfectly. And so I said yes. And yeah, I really didn't know what I was getting myself into. Let me say that. It was a challenge,
it's
for sure.
It's a lot to go through, though, in a short amount of time, too. Like, when I was watching it, for starters, it's physically demanding, but like emotionally what they put you through too is a challenge in and of itself. Just what did you go through when you were there?
Yeah. Well, I mean, first and foremost, I think like gaining a lot of perspective behind like what Special Forces recruits even go through. Not even like, I'm sure we experienced 10% of it. So much respect for that. And you know, for us, like I watch it back and I'm like, there's so much of the physical stuff, the running, and a lot of it they just didn't even show in the final cut. Yeah, like, you know, when you see the emotions, when you see the emotions, it's truly because we were really just emotionally and physically tired.
Yeah, I bet.
Like you would see, we're getting out of a car and the next second we're standing in front of the DS, and in between there would be like a 2-mile run hike with our big backpacks on that weigh 40 pounds.
No wonder you're drained.
Yeah, so it was a lot, and it was nonstop, and you just never really knew what was coming next. That was like the mental piece of it.
It's cool though to see like kind of everyone. There's celebrities there, there's like reality TV people, there's other athletes there. Was there anyone that kind of surprised you at all?
I don't know. Like I didn't know who was going to be on it until we got on the boat in the first scene. We got there a few days early and you know did like wardrobe fitting and interviews and stuff like that. But they kept us all separate and we weren't allowed to see anybody else, or like we couldn't even run into anybody in the hallway. So they wanted all that to be kind of organic on camera. So I remember getting on the boat, and the first person I recognized was Nathan Adrian, who he was the one person I had met before the show, because we both competed in the same Olympic Games. And then obviously recognize a few other people, especially the athletes like Cam Newton. You can't miss him.
He was crushing it too, by the way. Like it's incredible.
Yeah, so you can't miss Cam. He's just like the biggest human I've ever seen in my life. And you know, but a lot of people that like I had never met before or had seen, you know, like Christy Carlson Romano, like obviously watched Cadet Kelly growing up, and you know Kim Possible and all the other things. It was just kind of funny to see people like that, but just a really cool mix of personalities. And we kept saying this while we were there, like we had such a great cast. We still keep in touch. We have a big group chat with everybody in it.
That's so neat.
It was a cool experience to meet all of those people.
Well, just like wrapping it up, overall your experience there, how proud are you of what you were able to put yourself through? Yeah,
I mean, I'm proud that I even put myself out there and attempted to do Special Forces. It was tougher than I imagined as far as like the water goes. You know, the physical stuff I was able to handle pretty well, and like, you know, put me on top of a bridge and I'll jump off, like, you know, let me do the heights and all of that. I have no problem with that kind of stuff. It was the water really got to me.
Oh, absolutely.
And I think it's just because I had never challenged myself to be in the water or do things in the water before the show, and I didn't like really process that. So it was tough, but I'm glad I did it. And gained a lot of perspective, met a lot of really cool people, and you know, proud in some ways, and other ways I'm like, oh man, I wish I would have made it further, but you know, I'm a competitor, so
hey,
what can
the
you
water
say?
freaks a lot of people out though, like especially like being submerged in it like that. I can't even imagine. So incredible experience for you, and I'm sure the state of Arkansas was very proud to watch you on that show as well.
Thank you.
Also, let's talk about the team.
Okay.
You guys have had several meets now. You had your first one at Bud Walton Arena. Just how are you feeling about the team so far?
Yeah, I'm feeling really good about the team. You know, they have got so much potential this year. They've got so much fire and drive, and we felt that throughout the whole preseason. And you know, these first couple meets have really been such great learning lessons for the team. You know, the first meet, we came out pretty great. Unfortunately, counted a fall on beam, but like again, they just needed to get out there and get their feet wet and kind of get some of those pre-meet jitters out. You know, we've dealt with some really tough scoring the first couple of meets, but you know, being at home, you know, in Bud Walton for our first home meet, just I think that spark was really lit in them, and you know, we just told them, hey, if the you know the judging is going to be harder, then we just need to get better, and we need to accept that as a challenge. And we had one day of practice between our meet at Auburn and our home meet. They found a way to get a lot better. So I'm super proud of that, and we've got another challenge this weekend versus LSU, so I can't wait.
I was about to say, so like watching you on that show, I was like, man, she is so tough. These girls are tough as well. The girls that you have, their mentality, their mindset, like you mentioned, just one day in between. Just how are you seeing them be strong mentally through the season so far?
Yeah, I mean, being tough as a gymnast is a toughness like no other. I mean, you can't compare it to something like special forces, I'm sure that, you have to be so tough for that in so many different ways.
Yeah.
But what these student athletes are doing, and not just physically, but also mentally, like, going out there and competing, they have a team behind them, but they're the ones up there on the equipment having to hit their routine, and that is a lot of pressure.
Oh, absolutely.
Not to mention you're getting judged, you're being watched on national television, and things like social media are out there, that they're dealing with this stuff every day, yet they continue to go out there and just be amazing examples of what it means to do something with joy, and do something with passion, and do something that's about something bigger than you're just yourself.
Yeah.
So I'm so proud of them for what they do every day, not to mention like bouncing school and all the other
just
things
add
they
up
do.
the rest of their
Right.
life onto it.
Right, they also are students too.
Yeah.
So I just, every day I wake up just so proud to be their coach, and proud to lead them, because they wake up every day and they give us everything they have.
Yeah.
And they're just great human beings.
Well, you mentioned social media. I saw Frankie went viral. Her floor routine. Did you not know this?
I mean, I knew Snoop Dogg had retweeted her
Exactly.
or posted on his story. I knew that. But
Which was really cool. I mean, just how did the floor routine kind of come together? What kind of input did you have on the music? Tell me about it.
Yeah, well, it was kind of a joint effort between Frankie, our choreographer, Caitlin Branson, who's my assistant coach, and myself. And, I think it was just after the Olympics, like how involved Snoop Dogg was, like, in Paris, but also just with the gymnastics as well. Like, he was just very present there, and she was really looking for a strong theme for her third year, and she's kind of had that theme each year, but this was her theme is Frank Dog 3.0. So you'll see a little nod to that in her floor routine, but I thought, why not take one artist and find some good songs that they did and mash it together, and DJ Derek actually helped us cut the music.
Really?
So a lot of people were involved in making it happen, but at the end of the day, like, Frankie is the one that brings that routine to life. It's all her, and her confidence, and not to mention the gymnastics as well.
Yeah.
So she's having a lot of fun, and I'm really proud of her.
I was going to say, her energy out there is just like contagious. I think everyone watching is just like, we're all pulling for her because it's so fun to watch.
Yeah.
So you mentioned the Olympics in Paris. Jocelyn, obviously new to the team, and I know Razorback fans were really excited to see her as an alternate, right, for the Team USA. So how's she been with the team and adjusting to things here in Arkansas?
Oh, she's been amazing. I mean, I'm sure even just after the first couple meets, people are really seeing how special Jocelyn really is. She's such a great athlete, performer, but even more than that, like, she's an incredible teammate, hard worker. She comes in every day just like, what more can I do to challenge myself, to be better for my team? And even throughout the whole recruiting process, like, one of the things I really loved about Jocelyn, the reason why we wanted her at Arkansas, was because she just is a team-oriented person. She's not doing it for Jocelyn, she's doing it for Arkansas and our program.
That's great.
And she's so passionate about that, and so it's been awesome having her. I just know she's going to continue to get better and better and do amazing things for this program.
Well, also, I was walking around the gym in here a little bit earlier and saw you've got like a mood board up there, a vision board, I don't know what you'd call it. Just how'd you guys put that together, and what's kind of on it?
Yeah, well, it's making a vision board was something we've challenged the team to do the last couple of years.
Okay.
And we really sit down. Well, we sit down obviously at the beginning of the preseason and kind of talk big picture goals and what's it going to take to get to those goals. And then we always touch base right before season starts.
Yeah.
And talk about what do we want to accomplish? What do we want the legacy of this team to be? What's going to be important for us throughout the season? What do we need to avoid? What do we need to make sure we're constantly reminding ourselves of? And it's more than just, hey, this is what we want to do in postseason. It's what do we want to embody every day? What do we want to remember when we walk into an arena? So we think about all those things, put it down on paper, and then I challenge the team to really find some visuals that represent that. And they put it on a little board, and we take the board with us when we travel.
Oh, really?
It comes with us. And it's more of a symbol of, like, if you've got these goals and you want to remind yourself of these things, it needs to be right there, visual, constantly. That's the power of a vision board, right? So
absolutely.
So yeah, we love doing that.
That's fun.
It's one of the few things where getting 19 athletes to go, hey, everyone's going to contribute to this one little project. But it's a pretty cool thing that they do, and it stays with us through the whole season.
And on social media, when you announced that you were pregnant, you guys had the t-shirts.
Yeah.
How'd you guys decide how you wanted to do that with the team and kind of win as well?
Yeah, well, we knew that was going to be a fun moment for
it
Chris
looked
and
like
I.
so much fun.
So we were coming up with ideas like early on when we first found out we were pregnant, and we wanted to wait obviously a little bit until we got an opportunity to tell our families, and it was like far enough along, obviously.
Yeah.
So we told our families over Thanksgiving break, and then the first day we got back for practice, we told the team, and the idea we came up with was to get, well, actually it was Chris's idea.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, because he had been at the bookstore and he saw the Arkansas Dad shirt.
Oh, I love that.
And kind of got this idea of what if we wore the shirts, and we rehearsed it in the car a few times. But yeah, I think the best part was just how excited the team was.
Yeah.
I think a few of them were like, we knew it.
Yeah, the girls went crazy.
We guessed it. And I'm like, how did you know? They're like, well, you were eating snacks during practice, and you don't normally do that. And I'm like, okay.
They were on to you.
And you were wearing sweatshirts. I'm like, okay.
That's so funny.
But yeah, they're very observant, that's for sure.
I know it's going to be a fun season the rest of the time. You guys have LSU coming in here this weekend. It's a red out. Tell us about the team and just kind of what you're expecting from fans. Hopefully they pack out Bud Walton.
Yeah, I'm hoping we can get as many people in Bud Walton as possible. And you know, my goal is to set an attendance record. Again, I feel like we're due for that. And you know, the last time we got an attendance record, it was just over 11,000. So mentally, my goal is 12,000 people. All right, fans, you got to come. But we're bringing in the reigning national champions, LSU. I mean, obviously they're a fantastic team. You know, our team over the past couple weeks has just been getting better and better on the rise, and so they're fired up. We're fired up. It's our third meet in 7 days. So we just couldn't be more excited. We really hope the fans come out. I mean, they saw a little sneak peek of it, obviously Monday, those that came there. And the energy was fantastic, so I can't imagine how great it's going to be on Friday night.
Well, hey, I'm going to be there. I'm going to bring Matt Zimmerman, Quinn Grovey, the two of them are coming with me. We're going to have a good time. I'm so excited for the rest of the season for you guys.
Thank you.
And Coach, it's always great catching up with you, so thanks for taking the time.
Of course. Thank you.